Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, we're going to use our Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, and we're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with, what you may need to look at, and possible future energies. So what you may be struggling with is we have emotional loss, the Five of Cups. All right, what you may need to look at. We have the waiting game, the Two of Wands, and possible future energies. We have heart chakra, and then let's pull one more. We have number 13, the Death card, which is transformation, that's kind of cool, is that her shirt kind of matches that. All right. And then bottom of the deck, we have the number 2, which is the High Priestess, that inner voice. All right, so what you may be struggling with is the Five of Cups is that emotional loss. For whatever that may represent for you, is struggling with that, and that definitely can be a struggle. Sometimes we can get caught up in that. What you need to look at is the Two of Wands, is that waiting game. Sometimes, it just takes time. They say time heals everything, and that it's sometimes we wish that, especially when there's emotional loss, that we're like, I just want to get over it, I just want it to be quicker, I just want it to be done with. And sometimes you just have to wait it out. I feel that with this future energy here, I feel like with transformation in heart chakra, and the heart chakra represents, relationships. It represents unconditional love. That harmony, all that kind of thing. I feel like this situation is going to transform that, is going to change things. You're going to look at things differently. I also feel that there may possibly be a new relationship that comes in for you that's very fulfilling. I feel like with the intuition, the High Priestess energy, or for overall energy, that you kind of know that, okay, this was something that has really affected me, and it's probably going to change how I feel in the future. All right, so let's grab some clarifying cards. I just felt like doing it this way. You know me, I like to change things up. All right, so we have the Four of Pentacles. Definitely with emotional loss, you're going to have that Four of Pentacles energy where you feel like, okay, I just want to be alone. I just want to be by myself in my own little teapot. All right, let's see. We have the Hierophant. This is my Alice in Wonderland deck, so that could be Taurus. So it could have to do with a Taurus. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, kind of looking over that situation, right? All right, for what you may need to look at, we have the Devil card, which can represent Capricorn. We have the Fool card, and I'm kind of making a mess here. We have the Three of Swords, the waiting game, right? The waiting game in order to get past that. And then future energies, we have the Seven of Wands. I'm making a mess. It's kind of fun though. We have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. So Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall and he's in a bunch of pieces, right? And how do you put Humpty Dumpty back together again? So it's almost like, I almost feel like it's you. How do you put yourself back together again within this situation that has happened for you, this emotional loss, whatever that may represent for you? That how do you put that back together? How do you mend this? Definitely, I feel like it's something that you have to give it time. And I feel like, it's okay to take that time for that emotional loss, it's okay to be in that energy. It's okay to take that time by yourself. But I also feel like it's something that helps you to process, to look back and see what's happened, see what's gone on. Really take a closer look at that relationship or that emotional loss, whatever that may represent, kind of looking back over that and really taking a closer look at that. But I also feel like you have to give it time, but it's also to not be in that energy for too long, because it can start to become toxic, right? It can start to become obsessive. It can start to become something that starts to bog you down. I also feel with the Devil card here that it's coming into your own power to start things new and fresh. And yes, acknowledge that this piece, with this Three of Swords here, there is a piece of the cake that is missing, and acknowledge that. But okay, how do I put myself back together? I do feel, like I said before, that it changes relationships, that you look at things differently. I feel that it's a choice that you have to make, that I feel like it's going to change your relationship or change situations in the future. I feel like don't let it get to the point to where you're putting so many walls up around you that you're not letting other people in. But I feel like sometimes it's like, okay, I want to surround myself with people that aren't going to put me into this situation again with this Five of Cups and feeling that emotional loss, right? Because usually the Five of Cups is where somebody's kneeling down and they're looking at the 3 spilt cups, but there's 2 cups behind them. And it's like, we have to acknowledge that, but we also have to make sure that it doesn't affect us in a negative way, right? That keeps us broken up like Humpty Dumpty there in a bunch of pieces. That keeps us in those pieces, or puts walls around ourselves, and stops us from, right, future relationships, future connections, because then we're just kind of we're keeping to ourselves, and we're not able to fully enjoy relationships if we're always keeping walls around us. All right, so let me grab some more cards here. I don't know, I'm not the best at this. Some people make it look so easy. Just like that if you've watched me for a while, I'm not a good shuffler. So I guess I'm not good at this either. But you just have to practice. Okay, so let's pull some cards here. We have the Fool. I love it. New beginnings, new starts. And we have the, where else do we have the Fool? We have the Fool here, right? Alice is jumping down the rabbit hole, and she has no idea what's headed her way, but she's like, I'm going to take that leap of faith. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see where this leads. All right, let's see. We have the Queen of Cups, which is those emotions and those feelings. And I just like the look on her face, that smile. I just feel like she looks content. She looks happy. She looks like she is in a good space. We have the Star card, and that is Aquarius. All right. Let's see. You probably can't see. Maybe you can kind of see. Having hope and having direction and that guidance, right? Having that guidance, as knowing that with this intuition here, right, the High Priestess, knowing that, okay, yeah, that was tough, but I kind of knew that had to happen. So we have the Four of Cups, looking at the new opportunities that are coming in, seeing it as, okay, this ended, but I'm going to focus on the new opportunities that are coming in. We have, look at this, the new opportunities of that 10 of Cups. I love that card because it looks so cozy and looks so good. Let's take this one. We have positive energy is headed your way, right? With the Eight of Wands. I love how the sun and the energy and the wands are just headed right towards you. We have the wheel, change. How do we adapt to change? How do we, some people handle it better than others. Some people have a tougher time. I love this card because it reminds me of the Disney castle, right? With the Seven of Cups, the possibilities. Looking at this transformation and change in a positive way, right? Sometimes we can look at transformation and change in a negative way, and we're like, why are these things always happening to me? And, being trapped in this emotional loss and starting to put walls up around ourselves. But then we can also look at it as, okay, that was a tough one, but let me look at the bright sides. Let me look at the positive things that can be happening for me, and the new doors that will be opening up for me, and the new changes. We have the Five of Wands. Sometimes you have to fight for that, right? You have to fight for that positive outlook. You have to fight for that. How do I see this in a positive way? It's your choice, right? With this Two of Swords. How do you want to see it? Do you want to see it as a negative? Do you want to see it as something that's holding you back? Or do you want to see it as something that is challenging you? That you take on that challenge and you close those doors and you open new doors. Queen of Pentacles, that grounding energy. I feel like strengthening friendships. That just kind of came to mind. I feel like there could be a new friendship coming in for you, especially with this being the green and that green and that green. For some reason, this green is really sticking out to me. And I feel like there's new friendships for you. There's new alliances. There's new connections waiting for you. All right, so let's grab a Angel Answers card. All right, that one. It's up to you. I love it. It's up to you. This one literally came flying out. It's up to you on how you perceive this and how you take this and how you deal with it, right? It's up to you to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. How are you going to put Humpty Dumpty back together, right? It's up to you if you want to, or if you're going to leave Humpty Dumpty broken in a bunch of pieces. We have the Star. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. And that's how you have to perceive it. Hard times are over, as we started with this emotional loss. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. This here, it's up to you how you're going to see this. And reminding yourself, abundance, happiness, positivity. And I know that sometimes when you're going through that emotional loss and you're feeling like you just want to be in your own little teacup and you don't want to deal with other people, that it's hard to see that. But we also have to, again, help ourselves to put this back together and look out for ourselves and to start reaching that Ten of Cups. We have barriers. Sometimes we need to put those barriers up, right? For people or situations to keep ourselves at a distance or to protect ourselves. Not walls where we're stopping people to communicate with us. I feel like barriers and walls to me represent two different things. Barriers are keeping your distance from some sort of toxic energy and realizing, okay, that situation is not good for me, so I need to back away from that. Walls, I feel, represent putting up walls and you're stopping everything. That you're not letting anybody in, that you're not letting those people that are trying to help you, you're not letting those people that are trying to be positive for you, that are trying to support you, that you're not letting those people in. Or that you're someone who wants to love you or have a relationship with you, that you're blocking that too. You're saying, no. For me, that's what that represents for me, to me. we each have our own way of perceiving things, but for me, that's what I feel the difference is between the two. And that's what we have to be careful of, and that's what we have to be aware of, I feel, because sometimes there can be that confusion. We have elephant spirit. Learn from the past. Learn from the past. That's really good. Learning from the past, and that's why I feel that over here is we have transformation and change, is because we're learning from the past that maybe over here you put yourself in situations where you didn't have those barriers, right? You didn't keep that distance, or that you put, you put too many walls up around you. And so maybe that's what you need to learn from is, okay, I don't want to put myself in a situation where this will happen again. And I feel like that's why this is that transformation and change over here, is because you kind of realize that difference, and you're realizing those things that you need to change moving forward, and how you put Humpty Dumpty back together is going to be different than what Humpty Dumpty was before. I hope that made sense. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.